Woohoo! Are you out standing in the field today? Or are you being led to slaughter? That's the question. Sorry that when I had done the astrological chart for Santa, that my phone had gotten too hot and shut down. That's what you get when you buy a cheap $40 straight talk phone and think that it's going to suffice what you would like it to do, which is stream better than my last $50 Walmart camera. And this is Carmela. She's coming to check out the cows that are across the street. When was the last time you saw wash hanging out on a line? Did you ever hang wash out on a line? And if you never have, then you really don't know the smell of wash when it's dried outdoors. The fresh scent. Yeah. It's been a long time since I've aired my clean laundry, let alone the dirty laundry. But that's that thing about Santa's chart and the 1776 movement. I really didn't have to let's see, how do I put that? Say that Santa was going to be causing a lot of problems in 1776. This is the chart that I had done. And you can go back over and look at the other things that I talked about. Because my phone had shut down before I really got into the fourth house right there. And you see Santa's Pluto, Uranus, and Mars are in the fourth house. And even though Santa's been trying to get a home for 1776, Pluto, change, transformation, destruction is always, always going to be changing it. So I would go back and watch the video, even though there's quite a good bit that's missing from it. It still talks about how Santa, being the ruler that he is, the authoritarian leadership that he rules with. And it is definitely not a, how you say, freedom-loving movement with all of the censorship and the commands, and by definition, that charismatic leader and his followers are defined as a cult. You know, like it or not, by definition, it's not a freedom movement. It is a LLC, which is a corporation more or less, owned by Santa and ruled by Santa. And it's not a freedom movement. If it were a freedom movement, people would be allowed to exercise their freedoms, and they are not allowed to. And those who have other religious beliefs are damned. And that was one reason why I left, because I'm not going to follow someone who damns me. You know, forget it. That's not me. That's you know, forget it. I'm not the kind of person who will blindly follow someone when their commands are of a dictator type form. And here we have Rhodey. Rhodey's coming to check out the cows now. So I wanted to do a recap because everything's getting ready to hit the fans. And if you go back over my other videos that I had done with the astrology, you will see and hear my prediction for the movement. And yeah, I've been accurate, but it comes through me. It's not of me. And as above, so below. It might be an interpretation of using an invention of how I do it, how I read, how I understand, how I intuitively. And even though we know the future, it doesn't always mean that we can change it. So that's a big part of that we have to understand. Even though you might have an ability to predict the future, doesn't mean that you can change it, even if you don't like it. You can go with the flow, but, you know, when you're at that crossroads, yeah, you might have a decision to make when you're at those crossroads. And right now, you know, we're coming down to those crossroads. And the dirty deeds that have been done, I don't know if they've been done dirt cheap, but the dirty deeds that have been done at 1776 are going to be revealed. That's something that everybody is going to have to come to terms with. Now, Santa was talking about getting a forensic audit on the books. That's going to be interesting in how that's done, especially when there was $10,000 in cash withdrawn from the bank, so he said. And that's definitely going to set off an audit, not to count his so-called other infractions with the IRS. So yeah, there is definitely going to be quite a lot of people who are wondering what's going on. Hey Reno, Cheech says hi to his Chris? Are you talking about to his girls? His chihuahuas? And for those of you who have not seen Cheech and the girls, that's up on GLoLady YouTube also. Well, Reno, it looks like we was a little bit correct in the matter, weren't we? Good morning, Brett from Alberta. Way cool. Yeah, it was the Canadians who got me all excited. Laura Lynn Thompson, the streamer is how I heard about the movement up in Canada, and I was watching the whole 9 yards from the beginning, and I was trying to get a march started with the last patrol, but you know, hey, most of them are lucky to still be alive after surviving Agent Orange and Gulf War Syndrome. I can't count the numbers who have passed on from the toxins from the wars. Can't find your buy your coffee thing. Ah, well, it's buymeacoffee.com / whichever slash, I don't know. I think it's a / GLoLady, GLoLady. Yeah, Carmela is Cheech's girlfriend. Yeah, she heard that. I've been working on my convoy through hell video and going back over, and I came upon one of Bella's last videos that I did with her, and it was her calling the puppies, and you should have seen how excited they were. They thought their mama was back, so it was sad. So that's what I've been working on. I guess I took longer than I really wanted to work on it because, yeah, it brings back sad memories. But I did get to relive the trauma of that march, or of the convoy, and also the beautiful scenery that I came upon. And here we got some cows starting to move in the fields. They were down under the trees. It's like, I think they're going to be waiting for the rain, although they are still standing. They have a tendency to lay down in the fields before it rains. So anyhow, who wants to make a guess as to what the 1776 is going to be doing? Because, you know, Santa created an enemy, for sure, that are not going to allow him to continue. Especially since he's saying about the letter from Bandit where his accuser recants what he was convicted of. And it's still in the law book. He can't, you know, it doesn't matter if she's brought that up or has it. It's like it has to go through the legal system. You just can't say, oh, well, she wrote a paper and recanting it, because even though that might be true and a fact, it's still in that lawfare that he's not supposed to be around. So, let's see, thumbs up, what we got? Did I miss? Yeah, Cheech's girlfriend. Thumbs up for her people. Thanks. Hey, yeah, thumbs up. I have a hard time promoting myself and grifting. It's like I'm no sooner done with the video and I'm like, oh, dang. Yeah, that's right. I forgot to mention You know, so it's definitely not the top of my reasons to do this. Although, yeah, stealing more money from the public, 1776 motto. People need to clear off their own front porch before they attempt to point out differences as differences in others. That's that threefold law. One finger out has three folded back. And that's very correct. But facts are facts. And my experiences are my experiences. And I'm speaking truth. And that's why everybody claimed me a traitor, because I spoke the truth. I was not going to allow people to call me out for hiding the documented on paper, whether it's lawfare or not, people who are not supposed to be in a place with children. So if you are going to tell me, expect me to lie, well, sorry, but I suck at liar's poker. You know, that's just a fact. I don't agree with making someone lie because of their rules, their authority, because their authority does not oversee or precede, overcome, is greater than the law book, at least this point in time, because of the lawfare. I was not going to be claimed a part of that agreed with what was going on. The GLoLady has credibility. She stand up. I camp next to her. She lights up the day. Hence the GLoLady. I am. And my record will precede me. My documented facts will precede me. So, you know, I have been standing up for our freedoms for a long time, and to be called a coward because I do not want to follow a leader and get arrested, you know, screw you. I'm not a coward. I walk my talk. I took 3 years out of my life to write a lawsuit pro se, not knowing anything about frickin' law, not knowing that you had to read the whole rule book before you filed a lawsuit. You know, I thought it went in order, you know, like playing a game. Oh, okay, well, we're up to rule number 12. What? You mean I gotta rule all the... Oh, guess who it is?
I seen your fence in there. I wanted to make sure, is everything okay? Is it running okay?
Everything is okay. We just stopped here saying hi on live camera. Okay. Say hi, Donnie.
Hello, hello. I wanted to make sure everything was okay, honey.
Yeah, thank you, Dawn.
Okey-dokey.
I'll see you in a few.
Okay.
That's people that I'm staying with, and I've known them for over 40 years, and they are good people. No coward. She's no coward. He's talking about me, Reno Vegas. He's talking about me. At least it's not behind my back. Let me see. She's no coward. She was up front when is that boulders and nails were being Alright, let me see this. Is that the right side? No, this is the right side. Okay, she's no coward and was in front when the boulders and nails were being thrown at us. Truckers went through after the cans to save their tires. She was out front. Truckers were scared. She wasn't. That's true. Yes. Lady throwing big rock. Yeah. I walk my talk. But I'll tell you what, that convoy really was a convoy through hell. It triggered my PTSD horribly. You know, it was, you know, a sick codependent relationship because you could feel them trying to throw you off the convoy. As much as they were, you know, come on, and then the why isn't anybody joining? And it was like, well, damn, you know, a cat and mouse game of where are we? Where are we going? Where are we going to be? If you weren't right there and right, you know, right there with them, it was horrible. Remember, is it the can cars the second day fast as bait. All right. Ooh, hold on. Let me go this way. Have a good day. Love you, GLoLady. If you need anything, text me. Thank you, Reno. I appreciate that very much. I have very few friends, and I like my very few friends. My very few friends are people that I can count on, have counted on, through thick and thin. And when they called me a traitor for speaking the truth, well, I guess I lost quite a few friends, no, associates at People's Convoy and the 1776 because I don't agree with how Santa took the leadership and pretty much ran it into the ground. And there again, it's while it is my opinion, it's also a fact because it's not what it was when it started, and there's good reason for it. Santa really turned a lot of people away, and I'm going to be it's going to be interesting what happens if he's just going to pack up and go home and go back to work, or if his ego will not allow him to call it quits. Either way, like I said, it is what it is, and his ego has got to come out of it, because if it doesn't, he has no movement anymore other than a cult following. And, you know, it is what it is. I mean, yeah, he might be able to build his cult up, but by inviting Bandit back into, whether, you know, Bandit is not guilty, which I can definitely sympathize with him and have compassion for, because I have 3 sons who have been fighting lawfare in the criminal justice system also. So, I mean, none of them have ever been accused of pedophilia, but they have been accused of crimes that they did not commit, and the overstepping of the criminal justice system that's supposed to be innocent until proven guilty has been turned into a pay to play. How much time do you think Pelosi's husband is going to get in his most recent run-in with the law? Yeah, it's disgusting, but that's a fact. If you have money, money talks. And those who have money and power want to take away your money, which we're seeing that today. They're really taking away the people's spending power. And it's not the 1%ers. It's not the billionaires who, you know, I like to say that one person's $1 is another person's 100, but the fact is, when you're talking billionaires, yeah, one person's penny might be another person's $100 bill. So don't give me that crap. And then you can also look at David Rockefeller, who had said about astrology is not for millionaires, it's for billionaires. Yeah, it definitely helps to know the planetary aspects. And, yeah, I guess that's how they got, richer. They followed the stars and the planets. So this was just going to be a recap of what I had already said with the astrology chart. Unfortunately, you missed about the last 5 or 6 minutes in my my video where I had Santa's and 76ers chart together. And it had talked about the home. So there's going to be a change in the home front. We already know that now. Being that they've been kicked out of there, where they're at in Bunker Hill. Whether they'll find another one, that might be a possibility. Because there's not really a whole lot of them who are out there. And my hat's off to all those who are still there. It's not that I disagree with what they are doing fighting for freedom, because I do believe that we have to fight for our freedom, otherwise we are and will lose it. It's just you can't fight it in the same manner as what you're protesting against. If you're protesting against the censorship and the authoritarian rule of what's going on, fighting fire with fire, that might be, but can't we fight fire with water? Isn't that a better outcome? Don't know. Ask a firefighter. But why would they use water if it didn't work? I mean, fire might be able to stop, which is why they have fire. But no, things have got to change. And as long as I'm labeled a traitor for speaking truth, well, I'm going to keep speaking truth. Because I'd rather be known as a traitor than a liar. And that's just point blank. So, sounds like we're going to have a lot of noise in the background. So, I wish all the people well. who are down there at 1776. I know that there's quite a lot of new faces that I've been seeing that I had never, I have not met them. So good luck with what you're doing, and just be aware of, because crap's gonna hit the fan, and the crap's gonna keep hitting the fan as long as Santa is in charge and he's running it in the form and fashion that he is. If he steps out of the way and allows his so-called big God, true God, whatever you want to call God, well, you also have to remember that if it's God's will, it will be good. So, maybe he should give up the reins to Rudolph and let him guide the sleigh before it's crashed into an iceberg, a mountain. Oops. Sorry. I'm seeing another one. It's amazing how schools and universities are scaling back COVID restrictions, but different for the Biden administration. Matt, I was commenting on that today, and it's, the question, and there again, I have to be very careful. Oh, excuse me, I had to get a drink. Excuse me. I have to be very careful in what I say, because of course I don't want to be put in jail again. I still have one strike that's on me. I don't know, I guess I got another 2 months for it to go off because I talked about a big V. But I do wonder with those who have been fully and still have been coming down with, and is that a fact that they have been fully, or are they just stating so that it becomes normal? Oh yeah, even if you do and you are fully, that doesn't mean that you won't. And yeah, it looks like it might be a common occurrence. And yeah, I wasn't into the masks when they were ordered, mandated, and very few times, like when I had to go in a courtroom in front of a judge and I put on my scarf, and when my grandson was born, I had to, and they wouldn't allow a scarf, so I had to. But other than that, it was a scarf, because I don't catch mosquitoes with a butterfly net. Don't know how about you. So, Karen, right on Angela. Yeah, that's why I practice threefold law. And we see what's going down. Witches are angels in disguise. When you harm them, it will be your demise. I'm a wise woman of a wise craft. And I'm not going to be damned by a holier-than-thou man. Sorry. Been there, done that. Still suffering from PTSD, from the harms that it caused me in the past that were triggered on the convoy. I'm not going to have somebody pull the wool over my eyes. No, can't. You know, when you know, you know, you know, you know. What do we got? Fully never mean you couldn't. Fully never means you couldn't catch it. There you go. Have truly lost your mind. You were the first to follow Santa. Have you truly lost your mind? You were the first to follow Santa. When 1776 started, I wasn't ready to give up the fight. When they shut down the People's Convoy in the manner that they did, no, I wasn't ready to give up the fight for freedom. I didn't go through and sacrifice what I did on the convoy just to, oh, it's going to fizzle out now. No. It was wrong of the people who ran it. And, yeah, you're right. I blindly followed Santa because he talked a good talk. He wasn't damning everybody who didn't take his God at that point. It was a gathering of people who were not ready to give up the good fight for freedom. I was planning on going back to North Carolina prior to joining the convoy and picking up the pieces and filing another lawsuit to get We the People a First Amendment platform. Because we the people cannot freely speak in our local communities. We need a platform in order to, a guaranteed platform. A platform like we had, and some communities have, with public access. So, yeah, you're right. My fight isn't done yet. My fight still isn't done yet. With or without, I'm not going there. Let me see. Have you... Don't know jack about... Santa don't know jack about freedom. And that I would have to agree with that statement and the fact of how he's ruling and denying people. And I mean, Angela, tell you the truth, I ain't talking all kinds of dirty, truthful facts. I'm not airing everybody's dirty laundry of what I saw and what I experienced. I'm just stating facts that are obvious that Santa ran it into the ground. His ego ran it into the ground. By definition, it is defined as a cult. So, you know, it's not just my opinion here. It's my observation of facts that everybody can see. If Santa would have sat down with Squirrel from the beginning and answered the questions that she was bringing forward, this could have been, you know, let's get together on day one when the squirrels came to town. So, you know, like you had in Bunkum, but technology has moved on. That's it. And we need a platform to communicate in the manner that is normal in the society today. Now, way back when I was a kid, we had landlines. We had party lines. You had to wait for somebody to get off the phone if you wanted to make a phone call. And depending on who you shared a line with, sometimes that was a pain in the butt because people didn't always get off those party lines. They would just keep talking and talking. And yeah, you could pick up the phone and listen to what somebody else had said, but have not been thrown out of BH. I can't say I was thrown out of, but I can't say that they made it comfortable for me to stay, and I can't say that they definitely want me back. And I wouldn't go back under Santa's control. I can't follow cussing and name-calling with violence, and they're saying God. Talk about false witnesses. I remember party lines. Yeah, I figured you would. Although I think that you're younger than I am, Flower Child. I was looking to see, what was that? You graduated in 80-something, or... But I graduated in 76, so, you know, the 1776 means something to me also. You know, we were the bicentennial class. So, yeah. Yeah, not with the way that it's been. And like I said, I was observing a lot of what was going on, and I wasn't approving a lot of what was going on. And still don't approve a lot of what's going on. But I'm not going to. I'm keeping silent on everything I know. Maybe someone might bring it up, and I might say ditto. Yeah, I'm gonna back them on that because I have seen and know. But you know, I'm not talking dirty like I could. I'm not bringing up anybody else's trash like I could. I'm trying to be as nice as I can with say what you mean what you say, and trying not to say it mean. But you know, it is what it is. When it is what it is, you know, I mean, yeah, you might be able to sugarcoat it, and you know, I can understand why Santa would give those convicted a second chance and can forgive them but not at the detriment of a movement that he's preaching freedom. You know, he's preaching truth. Although I've noticed that I haven't really seen a whole lot of Bible thumping lately. I don't know. Did they take God out of the movement? I know that he has a tendency to forget the prayer and the pledge at the beginning of a meeting. But he might not know Robert's Rules of Order. He might not have prayer and the pledge as a priority that you don't forget to do at the beginning of a meeting. Just my observations. So, I don't know. Who was that? GLoLady sole proprietorship tells me all I need to know. Yeah, well, that sole proprietorship means that you're responsible. for everything. You know, if somebody takes you to court where you have a corporate shell, you're protected. But when you're a sole proprietorship, hey man, that's coming out of your pocket too. You know, you're running a business out of a personal account. That's pretty much a sole proprietorship. You're funding it all, and you have no legal protections. So, you know, how he has it set up, and, you know, as bad as they're wanting your money, especially with, what, 87,000 IRS agents? Well, I don't know. But I wouldn't do it in the manner that he has. Let me see. Birds of a feather flock together. Yeah, that's a for sure. And I guess that's why I felt more apart from than a part of. Yeah, we're sitting out here enjoying a new point of view. Instead of mowing the backyard, we have someone. Let's see, is he mowing the fields? Is he mowing, making hay? Not sure. I'll have to look it up, recognize the piece of the farm equipment. So anyhow, yeah, I feel sorry for those who are still at and with 1776, because I know in their hearts they do feel like they are doing the right thing. I do think that those who are not willing to get arrested have never been arrested prior, because I don't know really who wants to go and get arrested. Because being in jail is no fun. Even visiting someone in jail is no fun. Yeah, it looks like he's making some hay. Looks like that's what it is. Mowing the fields. Just needed a bigger mower. Yeah, so I don't know what he's gonna do. I know that he has some hard decisions to make, because he's not going to have much of a movement. I mean, yeah, Jesus only had 12 followers, so, you know, that might be what he has left in the end. 12 followers. But, you know, it's got to be reformatted. It's got to be reformatted and done in a certain way, and you know, planetarily, being it is what it is. Yeah, I think that they will be lucky if they all do not end up in jail under Santa's rulership. So, that's my opinion. That's not fact. That is my opinion. What's that? Flower child. A cell block is not freedom in my life. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, really, when I joined the convoy, it was to hopefully find an attorney who would be willing to help me file that lawsuit for a First Amendment platform. Way back when I had first filed it in 2014, and they were just criminal allegations of fraud of the former county manager. By the time I got it up to the Supreme Court, and a month after it was dismissed, they announced the investigation for. So, yeah, she served federal prison time, plus the 5 other John and Jane Does in my lawsuit. But, you know, the former county manager was just one of 11 defendants. And I do have cause and claim to file another lawsuit. There have been criminal prosecution done on the fraud that was exposed. Now, we aren't even taking into account the conspiracy of Buncombe County, City of Asheville, FBI, and North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper. So, anybody knows an attorney who would like to take on a case, tell them to contact me. Other than that, I'm gonna do it again. No matter if people support me or not. Which, yeah, it would be nice if I had some support. It really sucks. Somebody who is doing, actively doing and not just sitting in a chair to watch the grass grow. Rather, sitting in a chair behind a computer doing work to get we the people a First Amendment platform. Why is that so hard to get support for? Sorry, didn't mean to throw you guys all around. Let me see, statutes of limitation run out. No, because there was a lawyer involved, so that would tick the clock of starting over, because there was a lawyer as one of my defendants in that lawsuit, and it was a lawyer who I'm accusing, my accusations, my alleged, their misappropriation, their cover-up, which became fact. And they're defending their innocence while their crime spree is escalating. And then trying to settle out of court with them again. And it's like, oh no, the original was dismissed with prejudice. Well, yeah, just because I didn't write it the way that it should have been written, there might be facts that I cannot claim at this point in time, but no, it's still under the statute of limitations. Like I said, time just started clicking again because of the lawyer and finding out about, what's going on. I mean, these are crimes against humanity that we could not, like, I would have had guests on my TV show who exposed alternative, who exposed truth of the matter. It would have been Malone, Dr. Malone. It would have been Dr. Tenpenny. And how many other ones that I would have had interviewed on my show to, hey, here's some other information, and, here's the inventor of, and here's what they said about, because people at least deserve all the facts on the table and not just what someone who, the authoritarian rule. the Mockingbird Media. And for those of you who have not checked out amazingpolly.net or Amazing Polly on BitChute, yeah, I mean, she's an investigative reporter, and trust me, she goes and gets the facts. Alright, respectively, don't believe that restarts the clock or statute of limitation, but good luck on that. Yeah. You have to... Oh, let me see which one. I'm trying to think of which one that is, but it was the woman who spoke on stage at 76. It might have been one of the last rallies that we had done, and she was a speaker there. Wife of a judge or something like that. So she's one that I had heard it from. But the fact is, it hasn't been 3 years since it started. Yeah, we're coming close to the time frame, if you want to put it that way, for the crimes against humanity and the conspiracy to silence those. So, that's why I'd like to find a good attorney who knows exactly what they're doing, instead of me doing it pro se and not having any kind of legal training. Because I know the lawfare that's involved. I know you gotta follow the rule book. The rule book of lawfare in the United States of each individual court. Okay, that woman is crazy as can be. Which woman are you talking about? Oh. Alright, I think I know who you're talking about. But it sounds like she did a whole lot of digging up a lot of dirt, so people think that I'm crazy too. People thought I was crazy when I said I was going to invent glow-in-the-dark clothing. You know? Glow-in-the-dark clothing so you can wear on the dark side of the moon. Yeah. I'm only about 30 years ahead of my time. 30, 40. Yeah. I guess it's 30. Hopefully people are starting to catch on. What am I missing? Respectively. Okay, what did you say? Joe Jones, the one who was married to the judge. Yeah. I thought that's who you were talking about. And like I said, people said I was crazy too. When you know that you know, and you don't know how you know it, but you know that you know, people don't quite, like when I wrote that lawsuit, on allegations. It wasn't just allegations I was trying to prove the facts of, but, didn't know that I really should have done it in the lower court under criminal, prior to doing a civil. I'm definitely not professing to be an attorney, because I was never trained. I might have been studying a whole lot, but I was never trained as an attorney, and I don't claim to be one. There's a whole lot of rules in there, and yeah, when I was younger, that might have been a good profession for me to go into. But, yeah, I've had many different professions, whether it be designing clothes, whether it be inventing glow-in-the-dark clothing, inventing glow-in-the-dark safety products, creating safety products, creating glow-in-the-dark art, Um, producing fashion shows, producing a TV show. When I say I'm going to do something, I pretty well do it. I like to keep my word. I like to say I'm going to do. What's that? Promises? Well, promises that you can't keep, but I like to keep my word. I like to say what I'm going to do and then keep my word. What does that make for, for everybody? Don't know. But I, for one, I like to keep my word, and I'm going to keep my word, and I'm going to be heading back to North Carolina within the next week or two. And pick up where I left off. Support from the people or not. I guess that's how you tell a true patriot. Doing it on their own dime, on their own time. Because they believe in something that's so important as in the First Amendment for our freedom. Because if we don't have the First Amendment, we don't have freedom. If we lose our First Amendment, well, we're quickly losing the Second. So, we gotta stand up and do it. We the people have to stand up and do it. So, hey, anybody want to join me? Anybody want to support me? I would greatly appreciate it, but I kiss no man's ass in order to get it done. I bend my knee to no man. My God of good orderly direction, that's another thing. Better to bend the knee than break the back. So, yeah. Whenever you gotta wait, that's too heavy. You always have to make sure that you bend your knees. So I guess I've been on here for an hour. And I think I've said what I need to say because I don't like to waste my time or anyone else's. Live streaming might add to the hours of watch time, but it is what it is. I'd much rather be more productive in my life. I mean, I could always set the live stream up and let you watch me research, or let you watch me as I edit video from my convoy through hell. But it'd be kind of dull and boring because editing is hard work. Those of you who create video rather than just live streaming can appreciate what I just said, because I can appreciate the work that has been put into those other creative videos that have been editing. And I have to say, hey, good job. Lazy gamer, yeah, what can I say? I like to check out what he has, what's going on in the drama-filled universe. But, that's more or less just commentary. Might be a couple of clips here and there, probably sent by his fans. And, yeah, I mean, that's a lot of editing. Well, not a lot of editing, but definitely time intensive to keep up with what's going on in the chaos of how many different streams. And really, how many people would still be watching if there wasn't all that chaos that created even more people that have been watching the streams? And the reason that you know that is because people are asking, who's this one? Who's that one? So if they're asking who the main players are, they haven't been with and really don't know the whole story and behind the story. So, yeah, whether I'll identify the players, I probably might mention a couple. but they definitely aren't going to be focused on. It's going to be more or less my instead of going back to North Carolina to continue that lawsuit. Instead of going with them, my son, my oldest son, had passed away. It was 3 years ago on the 15th, on the streets of Oregon, Eugene, Oregon. 2 days after he was released from jail for stealing under $30 worth of groceries because of his girlfriend's birthday, and he was in his addiction. So, yeah, I can talk about lots of different things because of my personal experiences in dealing with trying to keep a loved one alive. And, you know, the criminality that is profiting on the addiction of others. You know, every time they go into jail and they miss treatments, you know, jail is no fun. I mean, jail screws up your mind. You know, for somebody to call people a coward because they don't want to go to jail, dude. I ain't a coward. I ain't a coward because I don't want to follow you. I'm a smart person because I don't want to follow someone as such. So, anyhow, I guess I'm going to call it quits. That's about all I got to say today. I got to get back and get to editing my my video and get it out there. Got to catch the wave before I gotta put my nose to the grindstone and study law after my video is produced. Hopefully I can find an attorney, but if I say I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it because we the people need it. Otherwise, we is up Sheets Creek. And if you look at my other videos that I have produced over 10 years ago, you will see where I predicted the earth changes. You will see where I predicted the mass migrations. You will see a bunch of predictions. You'll also see my paranormal photos. So whatever you're interested, whatever topic you want to know, hashtag GLoLady, hashtag the, you know, what do you want to know? Fashion show, paranormal. What do you want to know? Oh, there we go. You might want to know my Cash App, just in case. And that's that money sign, GLoLady, GLoLady 33. And that's my birthday, just in case you want to send me a birthday card. Easy to remember. Oh yeah, GLoLady 33. It's Cash Apper on 33. Oh, that's Sophie. Sophie sounds a lot like her mother. And they're all just looking. So, I guess I would just say see you later. See you. Love you. Bye.